All right, everyone, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I'm Dr. Laura Ritchie. If you're new around here, I have a doctorate in physical therapy. I'm a certified women's health and functional nutrition coach, and I love doTERRA essential oils and sell doTERRA essential oils. And we are actually going to be talking about how to make money with doTERRA. We're going to do a little bit of a business overview, and I will share my slides and we will kick off and get started. Make sure that tech is working okay. Y'all can see me and hear me okay on Facebook. Looks good. So we've got people hopping on Facebook and Zoom. It's so good to see you all this morning. And we're going to talk about doing a doTERRA business, what that looks like, and exploring the opportunity a little bit more. What would be the best part of running your own business if you're thinking about that? And another important question is, how do you feel about network marketing? Some people have some interesting or maybe strong opinions or strong feelings around that. I know I did in the beginning. I didn't really understand it completely. And I had kind of had not so great experiences with other companies and things in the past. So something to kind of explore a little bit deeper to what your personal views are with that. And what intrigues you about the opportunity with doTERRA? And what would residual income mean for you and your family? We'll be talking a lot about that, what residual income is, what actually building an asset, creating something that actually outlives you, what that looks like with doTERRA. And another good question, what does financial freedom mean to you? And that's different for everybody. I was a burned out, stressed out healthcare professional. I went into the world of physical therapy to help people and actually got a cancerous tumor. And I think that was the way my body was saying enough is enough. And it's time to look at other options. And the oils came into my life, honestly, at the perfect time when I needed them the most. So where are you at on this chart here when we're talking about financial freedom? We've got traditional job. That's the route that a lot of people will go into, right? We're trading hours per dollars. We are limited on advancement and incomes and earnings that are coming in there. We're limited on time freedom, and we're helping to build other people's dreams. And that was the case for me in the PT clinic, right? I was trading dollars per hour. There's only so much time in the day. There's so many patients I could see during a day, what that looks like, but you're capped at a certain point with that. With an authentic direct sales company, you can start to develop true residual income. You're actually not limited on advancement or earnings. You have the freedom to choose your own schedule, to work in the time that works for you and work on building your dreams and purposes. And I think that's so powerful, is to get really in touch with your why. What were you put on this earth and created to do? And doTERRA could be a platform to help you get in tune with those and dive deeper into what your big why is and your dreams and your goals. Why would you partner with doTERRA? So they're very effective. They're a really incredible company. They're actually the most tested, most trusted essential oil company in the world. There's over 8.5 million customers, and they are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. Lots of research being done on doTERRA oils, but they actually have this record-breaking retention rate of 65%. This is unheard of in a direct sales model. The average industry rate is usually about 13%, which is crazy. So this means 65% of people that try essential oils from doTERRA are going to order again. The essential oils are amazing. The oils will change your life physically, mentally, emotionally. And the business option with doTERRA will also change your life if that's something that you're open to, which is pretty powerful. So they are proven. They're actually the largest essential oil company in the world. They have a growth rate that's similar to Apple. They're a $1 billion company. They hit that mark in 7 years in. We're 12 years old right now. And it's optimal timing for this opportunity if you're open. There's 120 plus markets that are open in doTERRA worldwide. It's a privately owned company, and they are debt-free with no outside funding. So that means that there's no, honestly, if you follow the money trail, you'll see the people that are making the decisions. And I think that's really powerful that doTERRA is debt-free. There's no outside fund coming in from that, which is pretty powerful. And they're a very caring company. They create partnerships with growers and farmers around the world. They preserve the agricultural traditions through co-impact sourcing. We source from the best places in the world to grow these plants, and we want to help the most people in that process. They do a lot of nonprofit work like Healing Hands Foundation, a lot of humanitarian work. There's a big focus on giving back. If you attend any doTERRA event like convention or leadership or a virtual event of doTERRA's, you'll see the heart of doTERRA is really, really important. That's something powerful, looking at the ethics and the morals of the company that you're going to partner with, but also what does that team culture look like? As you grow your doTERRA business, other lives are lifted. You work together as a team. So as you partner with other people and as you help them to achieve their goals, you're going to achieve your goals, which can be different in corporate America, where maybe people are competing for a promotion or a different thing. With doTERRA, we actually come together and we all help and serve one another. Every purchase changes growers' lives and their communities around the world. It's so amazing. It's not just about you. It's not just about the people that you touch and you change their lives, and you will. By bringing these oils into other people's homes, you're going to touch and change a lot of lives, but you're also making a global impact and changing the lives of people all over the world. I went to Kenya in November. I was honored to go on a co-impact sourcing trip, and I got to meet Whatis, who's a farmer in Kenya who actually farms tea tree and geranium oil. And with tears in her eyes, she told us how much doTERRA has made an impact in her life, how her husband had passed away. And because of doTERRA and being a farmer with doTERRA, she was able to send her son to college. Her other son was about to graduate high school, that it's completely changed her life. So doTERRA invests in people. They don't just buy the farms. And that's a really beautiful ripple effect. So I cannot pick up a bottle of tea tree or geranium oil without thinking of Whatis. And I feel like it's our responsibility to share their stories and show people that, wow, not only, again, are we getting the most pure oils, but we're helping thousands and thousands of people and growers and farmers all over the world with that. And you can check out more about that at source2.com and read more about doTERRA's mission and how they are helping so many people. I think that's really, really powerful. So questions that you might have: how do I make money? How much time is actually involved in growing a doTERRA business? Could this work for me? And what is the next step? So we'll be talking a little bit about that. How do I make money? So you actually are rewarded in doTERRA by the number of lives that you touch and that you help. I truly believe that sales is service with this. So we sample people, we teach and share and empower people about the oils. There's a lot of education that goes into this. We help people get started with the oils by enrolling them, and then we support them, right, with continuing education and helping them to know how to use their oils safely in their home. That is all part of the daily steps that we do in this business. And then how much time is involved? So it depends on what your goal is, really. If you want to work on getting your oils paid for, about 3 to 5 hours per week. If you're wanting to supplement your income that you have, about 10 to 15 hours per week. If you're working on replacing your income, that's going to be more about 15 to 30 plus hours per week with that. Could this work for you? Are you passionate about the oils? I think you have to have a love for the product, right? It's really hard to authentically show up in service if you don't know what these oils do. So if you're really passionate about natural health and wellness and serving people, if you truly care about people, this really is a job of service. So if you don't like supporting people or you don't care about people, this may not be for you. And if you can follow a system and get things done, are you somebody that is pretty gritty? Do you keep your commitments? When you say you're going to do something, do you follow through with those things? That's really powerful. Looking for self-starters, people who are really excited, and you give them a system and they can follow that. So this is a really interesting diagram. It kind of talks about the linear versus residual income. And there's a quote here below by J. Paul Getty, and he says, "I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts." So this is looking at some of the traditional business models that we may have. On that top left-hand corner up here, this is an employee. So this is somebody that 100% of your efforts equals your income, right? So you doing your job brings in the income, you have a job there, you're an employee. So time equals money. You're trading dollars per hour with that. We really don't have a lot of leverage in there. And that's where I would say probably a lot of people may be. Then we have self-employed, and this is where you own a job. And there really isn't any leverage with this. We're trading time for money, and you're starting over every day at zero with that. Maybe there's a lot of overhead costs if you're owning a brick and mortar business. That's the self-employed option. Then we've got a business owner. This is where your income can actually come from that 1% of, say, 100 people's efforts. It's you and your team, those people, and together, that's where your income comes from. So you own a system and people work, and as everybody's kind of working together as a business owner, that is able to bring in your income with that. And then we have an investor where the money works for you, right? This is going to be a passive income. So the income is not dependent on your presence. You don't have to be there. You're not trading dollars per hour. You're investing money to make money in that process. So here's the dilemma. The average income needed for retirement in the US is $4,500 per month, or $54K per year. And a nest egg of $1,080,000 invested and earning 5% interest is actually needed to receive this monthly. 40-year working career needs to do that. And then you save, if you were going to retire working 40 hours a week in that career, you'd have to save and invest $27,000 per year to do that. And 75% of people at the age of 50 have less than 5K in their bank account. 98% of retired people depend on outside financial resources, Social Security, their other things coming in, right? So that's the dilemma. And this is mentioned by David Ellis, but it's a lot of us don't have that, right? That we can start investing right now. How many of us, when we think about it, are we able to invest 27K per year into retirement, or what that looks like? A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are in credit card debt. Even now with this interesting situation that we're all in right now with COVID, this can be a challenge. So why direct sales? It's actually a built-in business model. So this is product sourcing, order fulfillment, billing, and customer service. That's all included in there, right? doTERRA does a lot of that for us. There's no inventory, there's no shipping or overhead requirements. I tell people I don't have a big doTERRA shed in my backyard. What's nice is doTERRA does a lot of that for us, right? There's a built-in education system. doTERRA provides us with product knowledge, research, information about the essential oils, business trainings, and leadership development for that. And there's a low startup cost. The only financial commitment is 100 PV LRP order per month. And this is actually just going to be products that you use in your own house. So PV is personal volume. And for the essential oils, it's point per dollar. So for example, an $11 lemon oil is going to be 11 PV. And honestly, these are things that we already budget for, that I get through doTERRA, like my shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, laundry detergent, hand soap, body wash, my vitamins and supplements, my cleaning products, my skincare. So it's not really paying a lot. It's actually just redirecting the spending that I'm already doing and putting that into my business. When you think about what it would cost you to start up a business or have a brick and mortar business, in startup costs, 100 PV loyalty order per month, which turns out to be about, and I actually recommend to my leaders who are really serious about this business to actually do 150 PV order. So it's going to be roughly about $175, somewhere in there, a month in your business is pretty minimal when we think about it. So the question is, what do you want to create? And the best way to predict the future is to create it. I love that quote by Peter Drucker. And you can see here that there are different ranks with doTERRA. There are different income opportunities with this. And you could kind of look at that and maybe make a goal for yourself. Maybe some people starting out want to get their oils paid for. Maybe they want to bring in an extra $200, $500 a month and have some supplemental income coming in. Maybe you want to replace your income. You can look at that and kind of see, and you can see average time to rank in months. And this is average, but everybody's different, right? Everybody's different with their commitment level and the amount of time that they can invest into their business. But I love that this is a business model where there is no glass ceiling, where you truly are rewarded for the work that you do. It's pretty incredible. And then you can see here, for example, so executive, that would be bringing in an average of about $100 a month, would be 2 months of an investment on average. This is just estimates here. Elite would be an average monthly income of $300, and that's about 3 months. And Premier is going to be an average income about $830 in 6 months. And then Silver, average income a little less than $2,000, and that's around 18 months. Everybody's different with that. Everybody has their own journey again, but this kind of gives you an idea of what is possible with this. Then we've got some larger leadership ranks like gold, platinum, diamond, blue diamond, presidential diamond. But honestly, what I see personally in myself is when you are persistent, when you are consistent with things, and you truly have a passion for helping people, you will see growth in your business with this. So doTERRA gives us something called a fast start, because I will be completely honest with you, in the very beginning of starting your business, there's not going to be a lot that's coming back in. We're often reinvesting what we make back into our business. Honestly, that's the case with even a brick and mortar business. You launch any business off the ground, and oftentimes you're not making a cent for the first 5 years. So we're reinvesting back into our business, and that's a really important thing. But this is a slow game. This is not a get rich quick journey. I just want to be very clear about this. This is not something that is just going to be quick money. This is actually a slow and steady gain over time. And because those initial checks coming in Unilevel are going to be lower, doTERRA actually has something called a fast start to help us and support us when we're first starting to do our business. Because what will happen is people will say, oh, I'm not making a ton right now, right? And so they may stop. But what they don't realize with this business and with direct sales is you're creating an asset. And I'll talk more about that a little bit later. But if we think about it in terms of, what if I was bringing in an extra $500 a month for the rest of my life? That brings a different element in, right? And you can grow that. So this is called a fast start bonus. And whenever you help somebody to get started with the oils, you actually earn a 20% commission off of that personal volume that they purchase. And that's for the first 60 days. So the example is, you enroll Amy, you're going to get 20% commissions from Amy's order. And that's based off of that PV, her personal volume of what she purchases. Say Amy enrolls Joe. Amy gets 20% of that commission for Joe's order, and you actually get 10% of the commission of Joe's order. And then let's say Joe goes and he enrolls Sue. Joe's going to earn that 20% of Sue's order. Amy's going to earn 10% of Sue's order, and you earn 5% of Sue's order. So what's powerful is, again, this actually rewards you for helping other people, supporting other people, and creating more leaders and builders on your team. And you are rewarded for that, which is pretty amazing. There is another bonus called Power of 3. And this is paid monthly. I should go back and say the Fast Start is paid out weekly. So if you're enrolling one person a week, you're getting a check coming in every single week with that. And what I personally do is I reinvest that back into my oilers. I get them some fun welcome packets and some tools and some roller bottles and some resources and things to support them. So I want to reinvest that back into my customers, into education, into things for my business with that. Power of Three bonus, this is paid out monthly. And each team needs 600 team volume, that's also called OV, organizational volume, to receive this bonus. So here you are at the top, and if you help 3 people to get started with the oils and they're doing their 100 PV loyalty order each month, and that organizational volume between you and those people under you is 600, you get a $50 bonus. As those 3 people help 3 people and they do their 100 PV loyalty order, you get a $250 bonus. And as that duplicates down and those 3 people go and help those 3 people, you actually get a $1,500 bonus. So it was recommended at leadership that the Power of Three bonus is actually what you can reinvest into your travel for your business. You don't have to do that. I'm just giving you examples of what I've done and what I found to be really helpful. So how far can you get on $50? Maybe you take a guess, right? Maybe you can go in and teach some classes. I know it's interesting now with COVID, it's a little bit different and everything is virtual, but you can reinvest that back into your business in different ways. But $250, especially $1,500, that's a plane ticket. That could be, if we were, a ticket to convention. Now convention's all virtual, but you can see where you can start to reinvest these back in. So Power of Three is paid out monthly. And that fast start that we first talked about, I recommend people reinvest that back into their customers, into their business. Then we have Unilevel. This actually starts off really small in the beginning, but this, believe it or not, will be your bread and butter. This will be the biggest part of your check and the biggest income coming in. And Unilevel is what you actually live off of, right? Now, it grows over time. And the way that this works, this is paid out monthly. This is monthly earnings based on if you did your 150 personal volume average. So there's you, and then there's people under you. And you can see on your front line, people directly under you here, you are earning about 2% back off of the orders that they place right here. So if we were to say, okay, there's you, and let's say 3 people under you on your front line are doing their 150 PV orders, that's going to be about $9, right? So in the beginning, the checks are little for Unilevel, but that's why we have these other bonuses like Fast Start and Power of Three to help you. And then as that grows, those people maybe start sharing. You want to grow down and you're helping your team, right? And for those different levels, so first level is 2%, and it grows as you go down. You'll see here on your 7th level, you're actually paid 7%. What's really powerful about this is, yes, there is work involved. Again, this is not a get rich quick thing, but over time, you are rewarded and that grows. You may see other compensation plans that are actually flipped. You get the most back on the first level or second level and least on the bottom. But as you grow over time, think years in the future, you actually want to be getting the most back on the levels that you have the most people. So doTERRA has been very generous with us and giving us a compensation plan that really helps us to maximize that. So you can see, depending on how many people that you have on those levels and the percentage back, that grows over time. And that will actually surpass your other bonuses. And Unilevel is our bread and butter. It starts slow in the beginning, but over time, with consistency, that will grow. And then this is an extra thing that doTERRA does for us. We have different leadership pool bonuses. And I think about this as part of, it's like a pizza party. It's like we have a big pizza pie here and we all can get a slice. So when you reach different ranks in doTERRA, premiers, silvers, and golds, they get something called an empowerment bonus. This is a bonus on top of the Fast Start, on top of the Power of Three, and on top of Unilevel. And then silvers, golds, and platinums get a bonus. And then diamonds, blue diamonds, and presidential diamonds also get a bonus. So to keep this really simple, we're thinking about this as a piece of that pizza pie that you get on top of the other things, which really adds up. So an example is the empowerment bonus, and doTERRA just updated this, and the only time that doTERRA has ever made a change to a compensation plan has always been in our favor to help us in service with that. So they actually opened this up for premiers, silvers, and golds. If you're a premier or a silver leader, if you enroll one person that month, you actually get this empowerment bonus, which comes out to roughly about $200 to $220 per month that you get just for helping one person get started. If you're a gold leader, you actually get 2 shares of that. So it's double that, about 400 to 440. And this is really powerful, something that's a blessing that comes in, right? That doTERRA is giving us. So when we think about assets and growing things over time and no longer exchanging dollars per hour, we'll give you an example with the Power of 3 bonuses that we talked about. It may sound like, Laura, that's not a lot. $50 a month isn't a lot. Well, if you think about that, if you're getting your $50 Power of 3 bonus every month for a year, that's an extra $600 per year. The average time it takes to earn this bonus is about 3 months, and you would need $12K invested, earning 5% back to be making that asset. Who has 12K that they're putting in the bank, investing it at 5% earnings back, leaving it completely alone for a year? That is what you're creating, that asset that you're creating with your doTERRA as we do that. It makes you think about it a little bit differently with that. We're thinking long-term gain with this. It's not get rich quick, it's the slow and steady journey. So doTERRA is the long game with this. An example is at level 2, if you were getting your $250 Power of 3 bonus. If you get that for a year consistently, that's an extra $3K per year. And the average time it takes to earn this bonus is about 6 months. And you would need $60K invested, earning 5% back to make that. You're creating an asset. You're building residual income that's going to pay you every month for the rest of your life. So level 3, that $1,500 bonus, that's an extra $18K per year. And you would need $360K invested, earning 5% back to get that level of an asset that you're creating. It makes you look at it a little bit differently. So it's not just $50 here, $250 here. Thinking about that long term every single month for the rest of your life, it's powerful. So this is when we're looking at Unilevel based off of rank. So if you're a silver rank and the average income is about $220 per month, which is $26,400 per year, the average time to reach silver is about a year, and you would need $528,000 invested, earning 5% back to reach that. Gold, the average income of a gold is about $4,500 per month. It's about $54K per year, and the average time to reach gold is about 30 months, and you would need $1,080,000 invested, earning 5% back to reach that. So this is where we're really planning for the future, and you can look at what your current 10-year plan is on average for most people as they're working, and what that looks like for doTERRA doing a 10-year plan. Even if it took you 10 years to reach the rank of even diamond or even blue diamond or presidential diamond, look at that coming in and what that looks like versus like a current 10-year plan that we may have over time. You know, the growth is very minimal in our traditional model, that, right, 9-to-5 job, we're working 40 hours a week for 40 years and then retiring at 40% back. But as we talked about with retirement, that's pretty minimal. With doTERRA, even if you only rank advanced 1 time per year, look at the possibilities there. It's pretty amazing. So we're thinking about it on a different level as you're creating a living asset, something that is going to live beyond your lifetime, and being able to be paid and receive that residual income every single month for the rest of your life. That is powerful. So what's the next step? Do you have a wholesale account? If you do, reach out to the person who got you started, right? And you can upgrade to a wellness advocate. It's free to do that. If you're a wholesale customer, you can upgrade to a wellness advocate. You can set up your 100 PV loyalty order and have that there. If you don't have an account with doTERRA, if you've been following me, if I've been the person that's educating you about the oils, I would love to help you. You can choose a starter kit and we can get your loyalty order set up, and you can start to jump right in and learn as you earn and grow this. I had an incredible leader who just got started recently last month, and within 2 weeks of getting started with her oils, she was teaching classes. We have some amazing trainings. I hold you by the hand and support you with that. So you can do this. You can absolutely do this. You can tap into existing resources. You have access to all of our trainings. There's so much amazing training. doTERRA provides so much free training on their website. They have a podcast. They have the Empowered Success podcast. Elise Shedevy has given us the daily mentor calls at dailymentorcalls.com, or the oil games, oilgames.com, which are free. You can start making your list and start to sample people. This is where it all starts. What we do is so powerful. We sell natural health care. That's very different, right? Do you know anybody who struggles with mood or stress or overwhelm, pain, respiratory issues, digestive issues, lack of sleep, want more immune support during this time, just want to get rid of the toxins and the chemicals in their home? Who do we not know who could not use these products? It's really powerful. And I love this quote. I wanted to share it here. It's crazy that some people feel that 2 to 5 years in a business is a long time to get rich, but don't feel that 40 years at a job is a long time to stay broke. That's really powerful. So that's our Business Made Easy class, a little bit of an overview here. And I'll open it up for questions if anybody has any questions. Amanda says, I'm blowing her mind. I didn't know about all of these bonuses. Yeah, there's lots of bonuses. The compensation plan is really designed to support us and help us in a lot of ways. Okay, anybody have any questions? You can unmute yourself. You can type them in the chat. I'm happy to help. You can type them in the chat over on Facebook. Let me know. Can someone upgrade to Wellness Advocate without an enrollment? Yeah, you can upgrade to a Wellness Advocate without an enrollment. So you could be a wholesale customer and you can do that. Absolutely. I usually recommend to people, if they want to get started and do the business right off the bat, I would say enroll as a Wellness Advocate and start jumping in and doing the business right away. If they're not really sure, I recommend that they are a wholesale customer. When they're ready to enroll somebody, they can upgrade to a Wellness Advocate. But you can do that without an enrollment. You can do that at any time. All right, what other questions do you have? Y'all are quiet. I know the compensation plan is kind of interesting, and honestly, it's a little bit like riding a bike. So I can tell you, you can read books about riding a bike. I can verbally explain to you how to ride the bike, but honestly, it makes sense when you're riding the bike. When you're doing the things and when you're helping people and when you're serving people and bringing them in, it makes sense. And you start to see those people pop up in your back office, and it starts to make sense, and the lights go off and the wheels click and you're like, okay. Oh, Jackie, thank you. This is the best explanation of the biz plan I've seen in 3 years. Oh gosh, wow. Thank you, Jackie. I really appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Carrie. This was a great class. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you found it helpful. Do you recommend hosting doTERRA parties? Kind of like Mary Kay parties, but with doTERRA. How effective do you feel that those are? Yes, I do, but I call them classes because I think what we do is so different. We're educating, we're empowering people. So I like the term of a class versus a party, because when I think party, I think like we're going to go and we're going to sell, right, Tupperware or makeup or press-on nails or something like that. What we do with this product is education is involved in that, which is really key. So I love to do classes, and yes, I love to book classes from classes and have people host classes. I think that is so powerful because when we're looking at direct sales and network marketing, we truly are networking, right? And every person that you come into contact is this doorway for all the people in their life, right, that they know. doTERRA's goal is to get these oils into people's homes to change the world. And we can't do that just by ourselves, which is why we have a support team and a system with all of that. But yeah, I do feel like it's very, very effective and very powerful for people to host classes. If you check out Daily Mentor Calls, I'm going to type it in here, dailymentorcalls.com. Elise actually walks you through how to teach a class and then how to book classes from classes, which is really fun, which is how your business can grow. Now it's a little interesting now with COVID. I know some areas are opening up and some others are not. So we're doing a lot of virtual, but even there, we're doing a lot of virtual classes. And I'll have people host me to teach virtual classes, which is really fun. So yeah, that's a good question. Okay, Beth says she wasn't able to pop in the beginning, but I did such a wonderful job explaining this. Yeah, it is recorded. Absolutely, Beth. So this is recorded. Yes, you can share with anybody. You can share directly from the Facebook page. It'll be in the Learning with Dr. Laura Facebook group as well. So yeah, this is something that you can definitely share and pass on and help with others. So yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad that y'all are finding this helpful. The bonus levels compensation plan that you talked about, to be clear, are they separate entities or are these things you can earn all at once? Do you have to choose one path? So Carrie, they're actually all together, which is really amazing. So you get the fast start for the first 60 days when you bring somebody in, then that changes to Unilevel, and then there's Power of 3. So you get them all. So you can, if you're enrolling people, if you're actively enrolling people into your business, say you do that once a week, you're bringing in a paycheck every single week. And then the Power of 3 bonus is paid out monthly. And then the Unilevel bonus is paid out monthly. And then those empowerment bonuses are also paid out monthly. So yes, those all stack. You can get them all at the same time, which is really amazing, and maximize the compensation plan. Could I share what my personal business growth timeline looked like? Oh, this is a great question, Sophie. Let's see if I can remember. So I started using the essential oils in 2014, and I swore I was never going to do the business. A lot of us are like that. So for a year and a half, I just loved and used my essential oils. And I didn't really get serious about it and think, okay, I'm really going to be focused and do this until 2016. And it took me 14 months to reach the rank of silver. And going back to the presentation, I think that said it was on average about 18 months, somewhere in there. I did it in 14 months. What really blew my mind is that was during a time that I was having some hip surgeries for adult hip dysplasia. And I actually rank advanced to silver right after a hip surgery. And it blew my mind that there were checks coming in. That was the first time I really understood residual income of, oh my gosh, this is coming in because of the work that I did. And I actually couldn't even teach a class that month because I was having surgery. So I pre-recorded classes and put those out. And I was just blown away that I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. So it took about 14 months. That was February of, 2017. And then in November, maybe of 2017, I reached gold. And I was kind of the anomaly. I was a silver getting my 1,500 Power of 3 bonus. I really focused and structured my business and building my business toward Power of 3. So, because that's a mortgage, like what would an extra $1,500 do in your life? It's rare. You don't see silver leaders getting their Power of 3 $1,500 bonus, but I was one of those unicorns. So then around November of the following year, so it was 2018, I rank advanced to gold. And then, is that right? No, same year, 2000. So February 2017, silver, November 2017, gold. And then the following July 2018, platinum. And we've stayed platinum for about 2 years now. And we're still solidifying. You know, sometimes I think people think when you hit a rank, you are just stay at that rank. It takes some solidification, right? Different things come in, different changes happen. So we're still solidifying platinum. We reach platinum about maybe 6 times a year, but we're still working on solidifying that so that it happens all the time. And then my goal is to go diamond, but I'm still working on that. So I understand that this is a slow and steady journey. I wasn't in a rush to reach the rank of diamond, and I want it to be sustainable. So I'm really looking at solidifying all of that in there. But yeah, it was pretty cool. My first convention that I went to, I walked as a silver leader. And then the second convention that I went to, I walked as gold and platinum, which is kind of neat. Now, everybody's timeline is different. When I first started with doTERRA, I definitely did it part-time. I was working my full-time health coaching business and was mainly doing that. And doTERRA was kind of my side hustle. And I just taught, in the beginning, I taught one class a month for 6 months. And then it kind of flip-flopped. And then this is before Facebook Live. This is before Instagram Live or any of those things. And then when those came, I started teaching one in-person class a month, one virtual class a month. And then I bumped it up to 2 in-person classes a month, 2 virtual a month. And that's where it grew. Then my doTERRA business was surpassing my health coaching business. And now I do doTERRA full time. And I just see a very small number of private health coaching clients a month. Yeah, but everybody's journey is different. I've seen people rank advanced to diamond in a year. I've seen people, maybe it took them 5 years, 6 years to reach the rank of diamond. But as we talked about, that's kind of the big difference is you're creating an asset. You're creating something that pays you back every month for the rest of your life. So again, this is not get rich quick. This is a slow and steady journey. And what happens, unfortunately, I think, is a lot of people will quit because we're always kind of asking, is it worth it? Is the time that we're putting in and investing into it worth it? But if we look at it, because those Unilevel checks aren't huge. And so sometimes people will be like, well, I'm doing this and I'm not really seeing it come in yet. But if you think about it as, what if this was $500 that was coming in for the rest of my life? That residual income, would we treat our business differently? Would we show up differently to our business? What if it was $5,000 a month coming in for the rest of our life? Or $20,000 a month coming in for the rest of our life? So what you truly are building is an asset. My doTERRA business is something, it's a legacy. It's something that I can pass on to my nephew. It's something that's going to live beyond me. You're creating a living asset and a legit business, which is pretty amazing. It's a good question. Any other questions you can think of? Nothing else? Any questions over on Facebook? Oh, Penny, what is the process to enroll somebody? Yeah, so to enroll somebody, you have to be a wellness advocate. So you need to go into your account and upgrade that to wellness advocate in order to enroll. And it's actually really simple. When you log into your account, you go up to your little profile and there'll be an option that says enroll somebody. And it literally walks you through everything. You enter in their information, you enter in which kit they wanted to get started with, or they can do the $35 and create their own kit. I honestly recommend doing a starter kit because it just saves you so much more money. It's a much better value. And then from there, you just enter in their information, and it's really simple. It's really easy to enroll somebody. So I usually just hop on a quick call and I help them get started that way. And then I send them a little welcome packet with a handwritten card of a thank you. I always want to reinvest back into my customers. Take really good care of your customers. Remember, this is service. Have any friends or family not gotten it? And how do you respond to why you do direct sales? Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of people that don't get it. And that's okay. We love them and hold space. And I think because so many people are programmed into that, I need to work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then I'm going to retire off of 40% of my income. And there's a really good blog. I'm going to type it into the chat here and I'll pop it over on Facebook later. I'll put the links in. But this blog was talking about this working, and I think that's the traditional thing. And honestly, that was the way that I was brought up. And I mean, I went to school for 7 years to get my doctorate in physical therapy. And that's a lot of time, energy, and money. And I was taught, okay, I needed to, be a professional, get a good paying job, get a job with benefits. That way you can retire and you can do all of these things. And I was reading this blog post and it was so profound to me. And that idea of, okay, working 40 hours a week. And this can be, honestly, some employees are almost working like 24 hours a day, right? They're just doing a ton of stuff. They can barely finish their work all night. They get to sleep super late. We're not sleeping well. And putting in that 40-hour work week, because it's usually not just 40 hours, right? I know for me, it wasn't. And that can be hard. That can be very stressful. That can cause burnout. That can cause a lot of different things. I think, honestly, it was a contributing factor of why I got sick. And that's kind of one of those interesting, okay, so 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then that retiring on 30%, or 40% of your basic salary. And the truth is, after working for over 40 hours a week on an average of 40 years, and you're retiring on 40% of your basic salary, they think that they're going to get that really big paycheck from all of those years of service, but those global prices increasing, there's devaluation happening everywhere. Honestly, the hard truth is that most people might not even be able to live just on that 40% of the basic salary. That's why we have Social Security and these things. And honestly, I'm not banking on Social Security and some of those things to do that. But this article, which was so interesting, said by age 25, most people will have an idea of what profession they're going to enter. And 40 years later, out of an average of 100 people, 5 are still working, 36 are dead, 54 are dead broke, or they're at least earning far less than what they were when they were employed. 4 are well off, and only 1 person is wealthy. And that's kind of a hard thing. So I think it's network marketing. It's not for everybody. And it's looking at things a little bit differently. And yeah, I have friends or family, and I agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, and actually my sweet mama said this to me, which was so profound. And she said, Laura, I'm so proud of you, because you have found something that lights you up, that you are passionate about, that makes you happy, and you change so many lives and you help so many people. And that's what we're supposed to do in life, right? Is find something that we're passionate, that we really enjoy. And that's so profound and so powerful. And I learned, for me personally, after going through a cancer journey and lots of hip surgeries and chronic Lyme disease and different health challenges, that my body is not designed to work that 40-40-40 schedule that we were talking about. It's just not. And at the end of the day, what other people say or may think about me, it doesn't matter, because I know my worth. I know my value. I love my life. I freaking love my life and this business. And I just think, if this is for you, right, it's not for everybody, but doTERRA is a platform to do what you were put on this earth to do. What are you made to do? What is your soul lighting up to do? What would you do with that? Is this something, is it to pay off your house, to pay off your car, to help your kids get braces, to put your kids through college, to go on a trip, to open a non-for-profit, to be able to be really generous with your time and your money, to invest into causes and people and things that mean something to you? We cannot we can't feed the hungry from empty shelves. And that's what I love about doTERRA, is their whole thing is free to give. You do not see mansions and waterfront properties and fancy cars rolling on the doTERRA stage. You will never see that. And that's really different, is the culture of this company. It's all about being free to give, paying off your debt, being fully free, so then you can support people in a different way. And for me, that's amazing. I actually feel like I help more people now than I did working as a PT. I'm a heck of a lot happier. I'm no longer burned out, and I can do things like work out with a personal trainer 4 times a week, go to acupuncture once a week, get a massage twice a month. I've reinvested my business back into my business and also into myself. And if I need to take a little nap, I can take a little nap. I love the flexibility of working and choosing my hours. That is powerful. I love that I can show up and be there for really important things. When my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was able to go with her to those appointments. I was able to help. When my nephew was really little and my sister called me and said, hey, Laura, I need help with Ethan, I'm able to go. I'm able to do those things and show up and be fully present for what lights me up and I'm passionate about. I could never do that in the PT clinic. Actually, when I was really sick and I just needed time to go to see the oncologist, I was told, you're being a strain on the clinic. You're not being a team player. Like these things are coming in. And it was just like, I was like, I am sick. I need help. And honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I could not walk away from that space. I couldn't. I had put too much time, energy, money, blood, sweat, and tears into my doctorate, into what I was doing. And I didn't even know who my identity was if I wasn't a physical therapist. And you know, but I knew it wasn't good. And I knew it wasn't good for my health and that it was hurting me. And I couldn't walk away. And I think when we don't honor those whispers that we're getting, whatever you want to call that, God, the divine, universe, whatever, it was like, bloop, we're literally removing you. And that came with a cancerous tumor and some big surgeries and being told that I couldn't work for a year. And that was probably one of the most scariest times of my life, but that was also probably the biggest blessing, because doTERRA and this work and this opportunity was birthed from dark nights of the soul and me having to get really clear on who I am and what I'm supposed to do. And how, and I knew in my gut, every time I thought about going back to the clinic, I got a sick feeling in my stomach. I felt physically ill. And that was a sign, that was my warning sign of, oof, this is not working. And that's where I started my virtual health coaching practice. And doTERRA came into my life at the perfect time, right when I needed it. And even with the virtual health coaching, I love it. I love to help and serve people, but you're still on that hamster wheel, right? You're still exchanging dollars per hour. There's only so many people I can teach. There's only so many hours in the day. doTERRA gave me a bigger platform. And that's something I'm really passionate about. I would love to write a book. I would love to teach and be a speaker and talk about self-care and all these things that are so powerful. And for me, doTERRA allowed me to design the life that I could truly thrive, that I could have a purpose, that I could help people, that I could also take care of myself, and that I could be financially rewarded for that as well, which is really powerful. So that's my really long answer. It's a really great question, but that's how I respond. This has allowed me to create the life of my dreams and a life that works for me. And I would just ask people that are saying that, like, how's that working for you? If you're loving it and doing the 40, 40, 40, awesome. It wasn't what worked for me. And I needed to have the flexibility and the time freedom to work when I could. I mean, I was recovering from hip surgeries. I was recovering from a lot of hard things. But that's the blessing. And this business and doTERRA and this company and everything, I don't know, I get really emotional talking about it, but it has changed my life. And I actually bumped into one of my old bosses. I don't even think that they recognize me, and I don't recognize myself. The personal development, the confidence that doing this business will give you is amazing. But doTERRA's opened up so many doors and opportunities for growth. I went to Africa. Who does that? I pet a rhino. Who does that? I got to go to Prague. I got to go to Hawaii. I got to go to Mexico. So many amazing opportunities beyond the financial compensation, which is amazing, which we need. But the people that I've met, the soul sister connections, the tribe, the crossline people, the customers that I receive text messages from every day of how this business is changing their lives, how these oils are changing their lives. My child slept for the first time last night. Thank you. Like, that is amazing. Oh, thanks, Sandy. Yeah, the flexibility of having doTERRA as a business is so rewarding. It really, really is. Thank God doTERRA came into our life. Amen. Yeah, it's so powerful. And this is what it is. It's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. And honestly, probably about 95% of people are going to quit, because they don't see that bigger vision and they don't understand how the work, yes, you're working a lot up front and those paychecks coming in are small, but when you remind yourself that this is going to pay me every single month for the rest of my life. I always joke with my baby nephew, Ethan, you better love oils, little man. And he does, he's 2 and he knows how to put his oils on all by himself, because you're going to be gifted this empire, right? Like that's so powerful with that. And so we have a gift, and it's not for everybody. Just like our oils, the oils will change your life, but not everybody's going to want that. So I say, like, here's the oils. If you want the oils, boom, they will change your life, right? Here's a business. If you want the business will change your life too. But I love that there's a choice, and you can change your mind. I swore I was never going to do this. Here I am. So it's kind of fun. How did the doTERRA products help me in my road to wellness? Oh goodness, that could be a whole class on itself. I should probably teach a class. How I healed my body. Would y'all like that? Everything from the physical support of using the oils topically for pain, the emotional support of going through a grieving process of being told I could no longer have children after cancer, after only being married for 3 years, the spiritual support, even with that, everything, getting rid of the toxins, going through cancer, and then finding out like, oh, these plugins and this air freshener and this body spray and all the stuff that I'm using on my home is junk and I need to get rid of it. Like everything, it literally, doTERRA helped me detoxify my life. Literally. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so glad that you found the oils because you saw me online. That's amazing. This is what it's about. Is we show up, we're the light bearers, right? And we offer solutions for people that want them. Not everybody's going to want them, but I want people to know that this is a legit business. It can legit change your life. If you work your business, the business will work for you, and it's an option. And you don't have to take it. It's a gift. You can choose if you want to take that and run with that, or you don't have to. If you love where you're at right now, then do that. It was a system that wasn't working for me. Oh, Deep Blue Rub saved your knee when you had reconstructive surgery on it. Love the oils. They're truly life-changing, and I can tell a difference, right? Deep Blue Rub saved me after hip surgery. Absolutely. This is so good. This is a fun conversation. It's went a lot longer than I thought, but I love that y'all are asking questions and getting engaged. And anything else? I'll wrap up here. We've got about 3 minutes left, so let me know if you have any other questions, and we'll get to those. Love your honesty and passion. I always said the same. I'm not doing this as a business, but I'm doing it as a business. But I am now doing it as a business. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what I want to tell people is I didn't really understand in the beginning. I wish I would have understand the power of network marketing and direct sales and what that looks like. I truly loved my oils and then got into that. And I guess my message is for anybody out there that's just struggling or, doing the 9 to 5 and feeling, I just wanted more from life. I remember honestly sitting there thinking, I went to school for 7 years to do this, and I work all day, and then I have a pile of paperwork, and then I get home and I'm exhausted, and I can't even cook a healthy meal, right? So I'm like throwing together something that's not super healthy. And then my weekends are spent cleaning, grocery shopping, going to church, whatever those things look like. And then that's it. And there was no downtime, no rest. And I was completely burned and stressed out. And remember thinking like, this is it for the next 40 years. So if that's you, I'm letting you know there's an option. And it doesn't even have to be with doTERRA, but this is a really legit business, and you have to partner with a company that mirrors your ethics and your values and has a really amazing team culture and has incredible products. And that for me, that was doTERRA, hands down. I'm so grateful that I found doTERRA and that my friend shared oils with me, because it legit changed my life forever. Yes, exactly. It's going to pay you for the rest of your life. Yeah, it's so powerful. Oh, wow. You do, Sandy. Yeah. Lyme is nothing to joke about. It's a legit serious thing. So yeah, it's amazing. I'll share more about what I'm doing, but I can say aroma touch technique, symphony of the cells, the supplements, using the oils for physical and emotional support, and also cleaning up your diet, gluten, dairy, sugar-free. Those things changed my life. Moving your body, getting good sleep, staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water. All of those are key foundational things to healing. All right, this was so fun. Thank you for being here. Replay's up on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. And I so appreciate you all. And I hope that you found this helpful and that it resonates with you. You'll know that this is meant for you. And if you don't have an account with doTERRA, if I've been your person and you're thinking about this, reach out to me. Let's talk, because this is legit. I believe I get to work the best business in the world. I truly, truly believe that I have the best job in the world. I love, love, love what I do. So if I can help and serve, let me know. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. We'll see you later. Bye.